Good morning and welcome to Creative Living Fellowship online Sunday service. Please join us in our opening song, Use Me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. All that I'm saying is, command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our online Sunday service. I just love that song, Use Me. It just warms my heart to hear it every Sunday morning. It also warms my heart to welcome you here to our service every Sunday morning. So I'm the Reverend Dr. Sherry F. McCreary. I'm the senior minister here at Creative Living Fellowship, and it is my pleasure to have you here with us this morning. We are an independent religious science church, and we welcome all paths that lead to truth. Our deep intention here is to be a community of care, of love, of care, of connection that opens hearts, expands consciousness, and transforms lives. And we do that through the principles and practices of the science of mind. One of our practices here is holding the high watch, and we have two practitioners who are holding high watch for us today. They are Peter Waring and Monica Zickas. And what that means is that they're sitting in meditation and prayerful contemplation throughout this time, just holding a space for the perfect unfolding of our service here today. So I thank you, Monica. I thank you, Pete, for your service here today. We also have our Sunday service team who's always here making all this possible for us to come to you on Sunday mornings. They are our director of Sunday service, Nicole Jordan. She's also a part of our AV team, and Deb Covington, who is also a part of our AV team, and she's our song leader here also. And today we have Fran Peck, who is our tech team. We also have favorite friend, Harold Payne, who's back with us as our musical inspiration today. We welcome him back here. He'll be with us just a little bit later. And so right now, we're going to have Nicole bring us the announcements. And following the announcements, there'll be a brief gong wash. After the gong wash, there'll be a few moments of silence, and then practitioner Reverend Dr. Joyce Buchers will bring us our reading and our opening prayer. But now, here's Nicole.
Good morning, Creative Living Fellowship. It's my pleasure to be here with you today to bring you today's announcements. So effective immediately, we have a new mailing address. It's 8050 North 19th Avenue, number 466, Phoenix, Arizona, 85021. And if you don't have it written down yet or memorized, don't worry about it. It is on our website, on our Facebook page, and also in our weekly newsletter. Meditation is a great mindfulness practice that helps us to be present in the now. Why not join us for midday meditation on Facebook to start or support your meditation practice? Midday meditation is at noon, Monday through Thursday on our Facebook page. And also, our practitioners hold a pre-service meditation at 9:30 a.m. in Zoom on Sundays. Stay connected and supported with your CLF family and join Reverend Sherry every Tuesday as she hosts a Community Care Connection Zoom meeting at 6:30 p.m. This week, Reverend Sherry will be leading us in Life's Purpose Visioning. This is a powerful process that reveals more the more you do it. Visioning is a spiritual practice that aligns you to possibilities for your life. Join us this Tuesday and open up, surrender, and catch God's vision for your life. We look forward to seeing you then. The magic of Sanskrit mantras, the essence of prayer without ceasing, started last Wednesday. And if you meant to sign up and forgot, there's no need to live with regret and disappointment. You can still join the class starting this coming Wednesday, May 19th. So register today and learn how to employ the world's simplest and most efficient tool for focus, peace, protection, and service to the world that you can do anywhere and anytime, even if you're confined to bed, responding to disaster, or just stuck in traffic. The feedback is already in by current students, and you do not want to miss this class. There are currently 3 vacancies on the CLF Board of Trustees. To support the continued growth of CLF during this transformative time, the Board of Trustees needs individuals with very specific skill sets who are committed, dependable, ready, energized, and willing to step into leadership. Is this you? Or does it feel like it's you? If you're interested in serving CLF by joining the Board of Trustees, please complete the online application by this coming Wednesday, May 19th. Our book study has been rebranded. So our weekly book study is now the Ernest Holmes Book Study and is starting on their second Ernest Holmes book in June. Join Reverend Mary Jane Hyde on Saturday, June 5th from 10 a.m. to noon to learn, discuss, and grow with your spiritual family. And these next 4-week book study, the group is discussing this thing called life. Arguably, Ernest Holmes' greatest contribution to modern thought is the specific form of meditation and prayer by which man can control outward conditions of his life instead of permitting conditions to control him or her. Based soundly and thoughtfully upon the teachings of Jesus and other great spiritual leaders and philosophers, this thing called life is an outline of the practice of faith by which problems of every kind may be solved by every man and woman, directly, simply, and effectively. Sign up today to be a part of this next Ernest Holmes book study. Are you curious about becoming a CLF member? Are you sure that you want to become a CLF member? Or do you want to reactivate your membership? Well, that's great. The first step is to sign up today, letting us know your interest. Then we'll be in touch with you as soon as we have a new member orientation scheduled. Remember, you can use text to give to make your contributions to CLF. Simply text the amount you'd like to give to 602-610-1868. If it's your first time giving by text, you'll be sent a link to set up your account. And after that, it's as easy as texting the amount you'd like to tithe to 602-610-1868. CLF is a tithing church, which means that we tithe off of your donations. And our 2021 second quarter tithes are going to Teen Lifeline, a connection of hope for Arizona's teens. And speaking of those quarterly tithes, we're always looking for more nonprofits to send our tithes to. So if you have a nonprofit you would like to nominate, please use the link found in the comments to submit your recommendation. Our Sunday prayer room is available to you after service today. Get your after service prayer with a practitioner by heading on over to Zoom using the link provided in the comments. And for those of you currently in Zoom with us now, you will need to go to a new Zoom room, so you'll need that link. Our prayer room will be in a different Zoom room than our Sunday service. So I just said that. Reverend Sherry, I went off script and it's throwing me off. I'm sorry. Prayer room participants will be transferred into a breakout room for a private and confidential session with one of our licensed practitioners. So make sure to get your prayer today. And after service, we have Sunday fellowship too. Join practitioner Jeannie Sovereigns in Facebook Messenger chat from 11:15 to 12:15 and hang out and discuss the service, what's on your mind or heart, or just connect with your CLF family. You can find the details for all of these events with their links on our website under events, under Facebook events, posted in the comments, or in your weekly newsletter. That's it for today's announcements. It is now time to move on to our gong wash, followed by a moment of silence.
Good morning, CLF. We are starting with a beautiful verse from Psalms 23, verse 6, and then continuing our reading this morning from 365 Science of Mind, A Year of Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. It's actually May 16th. I know that the spirit of truth is within me, and that I contact this spirit through my own self-recognition, belief, and expectancy. I'm not disturbed or confused by past occurrences, for I know that the spirit of truth ever guides me into perfect activity and complete self-expression within me. It's ever-present beauty, a never-failing power, a perennial fountain of goodness. Today I expect more, greater, and better thoughts to be expressed through me. All my affairs prosper and quicken into radiant activity because of the indwelling spirit. I realize that no harm can come to me. I realize that I dwell in the secret place of the Most High and abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Perfect life is mine, complete good is mine, endless happiness is mine, abundant supply and health are mine, and health, joy, peace are mine forevermore. Since I indwell in the shadow of the Almighty, no harm can come to me, no want, no lack, only joy and peace, confidence and trust. There is in the citadel of my soul that which completes my life. This is God, the complete and perfect. In my realization of unity with the central self, I link myself with the enduring power. Please join me in prayer. As I recognize this power and presence, this divine energy, one source in the universe, this simply is the only power, the only truth, the only calm, the never-ending fountain of goodness that we recognize as one is God. I know and accept God in every breath, in every beat of my heart, in the peace of every moment. God is the essence of all, the perfect, whole, and complete, and all there is. I am this energy. I am a spiritual being, as we all are manifestations of this divine presence we call God. We are each touching that consciousness within, journeying together in health and wholeness. I know that this is the truth for everyone, every soul in this universe. I know and accept that each of us will take into our own personal lives the choice of this joy, energy, spirit, the shift of consciousness that's happening right now on the planet. I'm so grateful that the shift is happening and know that this time together is setting a path for our highest and good together. I, Joyce, accept the perfect involvement of this service, trusting and knowing that anything that is unlike this prayer is completely dissolved. We are here to learn. We are here to reflect. We are here to divine presence, expression in our own lives. As we allow ourselves to listen, contemplate, we rest in the truth of who and whose we are. I know our hearts are open to Reverend Dr. Sherry's beautiful message. Our hearts are open to the beauty of the music. Our hearts are open to the wonderful work that the staff and practitioners are doing to make this perfect day, the start of this perfect day. We are so grateful for this one mind that is working knowing that each of one of us has received what you need, what we need, that is necessary. Thank you, God, for this manifestation of this prayer and time together, knowing that it is unfolding in the loving arms of this divine presence. And as well, we walk in the ways of the divine spirit. We know that our lives unfold with great joy, peace, harmony, wholeness. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And we know we can release these words together and say together, and so it is. And amen. We now open up this wonderful service to one of our favorite friends, Harold Payne.
It's my great pleasure to be back at Creative Living Fellowship, albeit virtually. I hope in the very near future to be there in person. Thank you for having me. I'm going to do a song that I co-wrote with Richard McDeesey. I open my eyes, I greet the new day. I take a deep breath, kneel down to pray. Then I give thanks, I look in the mirror, and a friend looks back at me. A smile lights up my face, and I know that I am blessed. So I expect the best. I expect the best. I know that I'm loved right where I stand. Know I'm enough just as I am. All that I want, all I desire is waiting here for me. The universe conspires to ensure my happiness. So I expect the best. I expect the best from every passing moment, every single day. Loving my life, living my dreams, losing my fears, spreading my wings, feeling alive, anticipating what the future holds for me. And I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next, 'cause I expect the best. I expect the best. I expect the best.
Wow, what a sweet song. Thank you so much, favorite friend, Harold Payne. He'll be back with us during our offering time. And right now, we just appreciate what he just sang for us. I expect the best. Let's take a breath together as we just move into today's talk and our lesson for today on expectancy, which is what we're dealing with this month, the power in relentless expectancy. And I wish I could see a show of hands from people of who's been practicing relentless expectancy and who's been relentlessly practicing expectancy. I trust that I see some hands from the Zoom windows now, and I'm trusting that we all are moving through this time with expectancy, because that's really so important for us to do. Expectancy, just to remind you, that sense of exhilaration and excitement of knowing that there's good and more good to experience, no matter how much good we're experiencing today, that there's even more. And I call expectancy, as you know, the big and it's like there's always more to experience. There's always more to experience. And that's what Ernest Holmes tells us all the time. Just move through our lives with more and more and more awareness of good and more expectancy of good. And so another thing that this brings up is that once we move into that place of expectancy, we are daring to believe in good. We are daring to believe that there's good all around us. We are daring to believe that there's good available to us. And that's what our theme for the year is, dare to believe. So just dare to believe that there's good available and then expect that good. Expect that good. And so that's what we're talking about all month. And I'm really encouraging you to, no matter if you forgot it yesterday, if you forgot it last week, or you haven't started it yet, it doesn't matter. You can start right now to move into a place of expectancy, to move into a place of expectancy and be in that place of just allowing more and more good to come into your experience and to come into your life, because it's just waiting for us always, always. And so today my topic is in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. That's where we are right now. We're in the middle. The middle is that place that is equidistant between two extremes. That there's if one extreme is hot and one extreme is cold, then warm is in the middle. Warm is that place of balance. Warm is that place that has a little of both, a little hot, a little cold, and it's perfect right there in the middle. And so the middle is that place of harmony. The middle is that place of healing. The middle is that place of balance. The middle is that place that we can come together. We can come together and live in ease and grace, live our lives in ease and grace, and move forward more easily, and be anchored in the presence of that one present. Be present in the presence of the one presence. Always, when we are in the middle, when we are in that place of balance, when we are in that place of harmony, when we are in that place of oneness, then that's where the middle is. And that's where I'm inviting you to spend some time in the middle and looking at how the middle is the place for us to be throughout this time, because the middle is also a place of transition. It's also a place of transition. And that's where we are in the world today. That's where we are in our lives today. That's where we are at our CLF community today. We are in the middle. We're in the middle of transition. We aren't where we were before, and we're not where we're going. We're in the middle. We're in this place. And so finding balance in this place is very, very important for us to do. And we do that with the energy of expectancy. We do that with the energy of expectancy. Just looking at the world today, just with the pandemic, we're in the middle of transition because we've been told for so long, wear a mask, social distancing is necessary. And then all of a sudden we're told you don't have to wear a mask if you've been vaccinated, and you don't have to socially distance. So here we are in the middle, because there are some people who even though they've been vaccinated, don't want to take that mask off yet. And there are others who've never put a mask on. So somehow all of us have to come together in the middle. Somehow all of us have to come together without blame, without shame, without judgment, without anger, without feeling separate, without separating and all that. And that's what we've done. That's what our world seems to be today, one of separation. And that's where we want to allow ourselves to move to the middle, so we can be in that expectancy of good, the good that is in the middle, the good that is in the middle, the good that is in letting go of the extremes and coming together to see how we can coexist, see how we can have more harmony, see how we can have more balance, see how we can have more healing, see how we can have more unity. That's what the middle is all about. That's where the unity is. It's in the middle. It's in the middle. And Ernest Holmes says, when we can lose our sense of being separated, then we will find that we have been unified. That we will find that we have been unified all along. When we can lose our sense of being separated, then we can find that we've been unified all along. But we have to lose that sense of separation. And we lose that sense of separation by being willing to let go of the extreme, whatever my view has been that I've been anchored in, and whatever your view has been that you've been anchored in, if we can come together and meet in the middle, then that's when we can start to have healing happen in our lives. That's when we can start to have good express itself in our lives, as our lives, and things that work for the highest good of all concerned. That's what we have to be concerned about always. That's what we have to be concerned about always. So there's some things that I'd like you to just take a look at and think about. One of them is giving up your attachment to what good looks like. Giving up your attachment to what good looks like. That is so important for us to do. Give up our attachment to what good looks like. Because if we are attached to how good looks, instead of expectancy, we've moved into expectations. I have heard people talking about things that have not happened yet. My healing hasn't happened yet. My meaning that I haven't gotten the money that I was expecting. I haven't gotten the physical healing that I thought I was going to get in my physical body, or whatever I thought was going to happen in my relationship. Hearing people say my healing hasn't happened yet. And you know what? We don't know what healing looks like. We don't know what healing looks like. The thing for us to do is to be open. The thing for us to do is to practice the presence of God. The thing for us to do is to court that presence always, and to always know the truth of our being is that we're made in the image and likeness and out of pure spirit itself, and that God is always right where we are, and that God is always God, no matter what our emotional storm or objective situation may be. That's what Ernest Holmes tells us. God is always God. God is always God, no matter what our emotional storm or objective situation may be. And so recognizing that God is always God, then we can let God be God in our lives. And we can let God know what decide what healing looks like, because God knows what healing is. Thank God. Much better than we know. Thank God. And so when we can just release our attachment to what healing looks like, then we can be in that place of the middle, that place of balance, that place of appreciation, that place of awareness that good is happening in my life right now. Good is happening in my life right now. Maybe it's not looking the way I thought it was going to look. Maybe it's not feeling the way I thought it was going to feel. Maybe it's not showing up the way I thought it was going to show up. Maybe it's not showing up at the time I thought it was going to show up. None of that matters. None of that matters. Just be open and be in a place of expecting good to happen. Expecting good to happen and being in that place of thank you, God, when whatever good happens. And when we, as I said, when we are in that place of disappointment, or when we're in that place of saying, well, it hasn't happened yet, that's because we have expectations. And when we have expectations, then we are ignoring other things that are happening. We're ignoring the good that's happening in other areas, in other ways than those that we expected. So give up your attachment to what good looks like, and just be open to all the good that God has for us. Just be open to all of it. And just the bucket that we turned right side up last week, turn that bucket right side up. Because when we are looking for good to come one way, through one avenue, the only way we can get money is through a check, a job. The only way we can get health is through this. The only way we can get relationships is with this person. A good relationship is with a particular person. All that's keeping that bucket turned upside down and can't be filled. Because if we don't get that, then that's not good as far as we're concerned. When we are feeling like good has to come a particular way, in a particular package, at a particular time. Just knowing that God always knows. God always knows exactly what we need, when we need it, and is always providing for us. So as we release any notion of what good looks like, then we are in that place of the middle. We're in that place of harmony. We're in that place of balance. So let's take a breath together. The next thing I'd like you to really look at is being willing to meet other people in the middle. Being willing to meet other people in the middle. That's a big one. This is where we have to step up our expectancy game. This is where we have to really stretch sometimes to being willing to meet other people in the middle. And when we're meeting them in the middle, we have to let go of our judgment, as I said before, let go of our blame, let go of our criticism, let go of our resistance to others because they think differently, or because they act differently, or because they believe differently than we do. We have to recognize that their positions, their thoughts, their opinions are just as valid to them as ours are to us. It doesn't mean that we agree with them. It doesn't mean that it is the truth, but it is the truth for them. And what we have to be willing to do is to come together and meet in the middle. Ernest Holmes says we have to be willing to step beyond beyond what the appearances are and come into that place of pure thought and imagination where we know this central idea that I am one with God, that all people are one with God, that we all live in God. And when I meet others, it is in God that I meet them. God individualized, God personalized, God as my friend. Let me say that again. I am one with God. All people are one with God. We all live in God. When I meet others, it is in God that I meet them. God individualized, God personalized, God as my friend. If we can remember that around when we are dealing with other people, that I'm one with God and all people are one with God. Sometimes we have to really stretch to see that. Sometimes we have to really stretch to believe that, depending on what's going on with us. Sometimes we have to really take a deep breath and just say those things, move into the awareness of that, even when we may feel some resistance to it. But the important thing for us to do is to recognize that whether we like it or not, or whether we believe it or not, or whether we feel like saying it or not, it's the truth. I am one with God and all people are one with God. I am one with God and all people are one with God. Even that person that you're looking at right now who is really upsetting you. Even that person that you're feeling like you really don't like right now because they're getting on your last nerve. I am one with God and all people are one with God. We all live in God. We all live in God. And so when we can move into that place, when we can move into that place of awareness, when we can move into that place of constantly knowing the truth, when we can move into that place of constantly knowing the truth, then we have moved into the middle. We've moved from our extreme of not liking, of criticizing, of blaming, and we are in the middle, that place where we can experience harmony, that place where we can experience balance, that place where we can experience the allness and the fullness of God, that place where we can experience oneness. Ernest Holmes also said that if people look drab and uninteresting to us, it is because of the way we look at them. If we have not, let me look at this. If we have not if we have not received joy from others, it is because we have stifled joy at the center of our own being. Joy must go forth to meet joy. Love must go forth to meet love. I'm going to read that again. If people look drab and uninteresting to us, it is because of the way we look at them. If people look drab and uninteresting to us, it is because of the way we look at them. If we have not received joy from others, it is because we have stifled joy at the center of our own being. Joy must go forth to meet joy. Love must go forth to meet love. Joy can only go forth to meet joy from us. So the joy has to be within us and it has to go forth from us to meet joy. Love has to go forth from us. Love has to go forth from us to meet love. That's how we experience the love, that agape love, that unconditional love, that universal love all around us. We allow it to go forth from us first. We allow the joy to go forth from us first. And we know that joy is that emotion that's excited by the expectancy of good. Joy is that emotion excited by the expectancy of good. So when we are in that place of expectancy of good, then we can exude joy. Joy can go forth from us always, always. So we have to be willing to recognize when we are dealing with other people that it is necessary to meet them in the middle. And as we go through these times now, as I said before, about pandemic restrictions being lifted, we will be challenged to really come to the middle, to really meet people in the middle, to really take a deep breath and step back and to recognize I am one with God, all people are one with God. I am one with God, all people are one with God. We all live in God. And when we walk out of our doors, when we go into the stores, when we go into wherever it is we're going, when we're on the highway, if we can just remember, we all live in God. When we can remember that, then we're in that place of the middle, and we're in that place where we can open up to expectancy of good as a result of our recognition of that truth, that we all live in God, that we all live in God, that we all live in God, that the allness and the fullness of God is equally available to all of us, to each of us, no matter how different we may appear to be. The allness and the fullness of God is right where we are always. And so remembering to be willing to meet others in the middle. As you go through this week coming up, be willing to meet others in the middle. And I'll bet before the end of this day, you will meet somebody that you will have to meet in the middle, that it would be really beneficial for you to meet them in the middle before this day is over. And so I invite you to be open and to know that there's good available in doing that. There's good available. There's good available as we do that. And then the last thing I'd like you to remember today is to be willing to meet yourself in the middle. Be willing to meet yourself in the middle. Be willing to let go of the criticism, the self-criticism, and the self-blame and all that, because you haven't been in a place of expectancy, maybe, because you have been attached to what good looks like, because you may have been dealing with expectations rather than expectancy. Forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for any mistakes you may have made. And then stand in the knowing that from this moment, I'm willing to meet myself in the middle. I'm willing to be in that place of harmony within myself. I'm willing to be in that place of balance within myself, because I'm in the middle of transition also. And I don't need to be at extremes with myself. I don't need, because I didn't do it this particular way or that particular way before, it doesn't matter. Right now, right here and right now, I am willing to meet myself in the middle and to be that place of love, and to be that place of joy, and to be that place of forgiveness, and to be that place of compassion for myself, and then be in that place of expectancy of good, not being in a place of perfection, not being in a place of perfection, but just appreciating what we do. Appreciating what we do. Ernest Holmes says that what we demonstrate today, tomorrow, and the next day is not as important as the tendency of our thoughts, the attitudes of our minds. If our lives are a little bit better, a little bit happier, a little more harmonious, a little more health-giving and joy-filled, if each day is a little bit better, then we're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. So can you answer that question for yourself? Is my life a little bit better today? Are things a little bit better? Are things a little bit happier? Are things a little bit more harmonious? Is my relationship a little bit more harmonious than it has been? Am I feeling a little bit more harmony and more balance in my life than I have been? Am I experiencing life in a more health-giving and joyous way than I have in the past? Am I expressing more of life than I have? Even though it may be a tiny amount, am I expressing more? The key word is more. The key word is more. The key word is better. The key word is happier. The key word is more harmonious. The key word is more joyous. The key word, again, is more. And when we're in that place of expressing more, then we're headed in the right direction. We're headed in the right direction. So give yourself credit for being in that place of the middle, in that place of balance, in that place of harmony, in that place of expressing the allness and the fullness of life, and in being in that place of expectancy of good. And good is showing up. Good is showing up in so many ways when we are in that place. When we are in that place, then good is showing up. And so I invite you to really, really be willing to meet yourself in the middle, just as you meet others in the middle. And for heaven's sakes, give up your attachment to what good looks like. and just be open and receptive to accepting the good that is, accepting the good that is, accepting the good that is, and accepting that God is always God. God is always God, no matter what our emotional storm or our objective situation may be. And when God is always God, we want to let God be God in our lives, as our lives. And when we do that, then there's no way that we cannot experience the good. There's no way that we can miss out on all the good that God is and that God shows up as in our lives. And so stay in that place of expecting something wonderful to happen. Expecting something wonderful to happen in your life right now. Know it, sense it, feel it, and expect it every single day. Every single moment of every single day. And then watch the good that just overflows in your life. So let's take a breath as we just turn within in this moment, right here, right now. Just breathing in and breathing out and just recognizing that one power, that one presence, that one life, that one mind, that is all good. That one power, that one presence, that one breath, that one intelligence, that is always right where we are. That one that is the only one that is. That one that is my life, that one that is the life of each of us here this day. And as we recognize this and unify with it, I am speaking the word for each of us this day. Just speaking a word of wholeness, because wholeness is everything. Everything that we could possibly need or desire is contained within the wholeness that is God. And so that wholeness is revealing itself in and through and as our lives, right here, right now. I'm just calling it forth in places where there appears to be lack of any kind, where there doesn't appear to be enough money, there doesn't appear to be enough love, there doesn't appear to be enough of whatever it may be that is needed at any time. I'm calling forth abundance, calling forth prosperity, calling forth that wholeness that is God, and knowing that it is manifesting in each and every life as whatever it is needed. Whether it's healing in the body temple or healing in relationships or healing in our bodies of affairs, God is showing up as the thing itself. Always, always. And anything that anyone may be holding to block, I know is released by this word that's being spoken here. Releasing of doubt, releasing of fear, releasing of judgment, releasing of anger, releasing of everything. And just allowing the goodness of God to be established in our lives right here and right now. This word goes out to our politicians, our government, those who are in charge, just knowing that the division is beginning to fall away and oneness is making an appearance, even in places that we cannot think it would or it can. Oneness is appearing. Unification is appearing. God is appearing in the midst of everything that's going on. For the things that are going on in the Middle East right now, I know that peace is established. I know that the peace of God is in the midst of war and chaos. I know that the peace of God is beginning to reveal itself. I know that hearts are comforted by the loss of loved ones, wherever they are, the loss of loved ones, the loss of any kind, that the great comforter God is right in the midst of everything that is going on. Everything that's going on. And so I know that as we are in this circle of prayer right now, I pause momentarily so that you may speak the names of anyone you'd like held in prayer. You may speak their names silently or aloud, and you may speak them now. And so for all those whose names were spoken here this day, I know that God is in the midst. I know that God is right where each person is, blessing and keeping them, just as God blesses and keeps us. I know this prayer goes out to anyone on this planet needing a prayer this day, knowing that God is in the midst of every situation, every circumstance, every event. God is in the midst of everything. Healing is happening everywhere. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for the word that's spoken here this day. Thank you, God, for the perfect manifestation of this word that's spoken here this day. I know that all is well. I know that all is God. And I just give great thanks for this knowing and this truth. And I simply allow it to be. And so it is. And so now we're going to move into our offering time. This is a time that we give of our tithes and offerings. As you know, CLF is a tithing church, and we invite you to participate in this sacred practice with us by tithing right here at Creative Living Fellowship. You can do that through our donate button on the website, or click in the links in the comments to donate, or you can text to give. But however you do, we certainly appreciate your continued support of Creative Living Fellowship. And so now why don't we just say our offering blessing together? Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. And so here's favorite friend, Harold Payne again.
Optimism is contagious. Say it loud and sing it strong. Optimism is contagious. Pick it up and pass it on. Well, hope is a place where one smiling face can make a difference. Positive messages dance past the edges of doubt. It's a ripple, it's a rhythm, it's a movement, it's a beating of drums. Oh, and you can't help but move to music when it comes. Optimism is contagious. Say it loud and sing it strong. Optimism is contagious. Pick it up and pass it on. Well, rocks can be smooth and tides can be moved by the moon. Armies disarmed and snakes simply charmed by a tune. It's a candle, it's a beacon, it's a comet, it's a consolation. Oh, so let yourself go and bask in the glow of illumination. Optimism is contagious. Say it loud and sing it strong. Optimism is contagious. Pick it up and pass it on. Oh, simply defined, it's a state of mind. Oh, do you want to stand in the dark, or do you want to shine? Optimism is contagious. Say it loud and sing it strong. Optimism is contagious. Pick it up and pass it on. Optimism is contagious. Say it loud and sing it strong. Optimism is contagious. Pick it up and pass it on. Oh, optimism is contagious. Say it loud and sing it strong. Optimism is contagious. Pick it up and pass it on. Pick it up and pass it on. Pick it up and pass it on. Pick it up and pass it on.
Optimism is contagious. I love that. Isn't that great? Thank you so much, Harold. It's so great to have you here with us. I'll be humming that. That song will be singing me the rest of the day. Optimism is contagious. Let's take a breath and move into our closing announcements. Optimism is contagious. All right. Optimism, Sanskrit mantras class. It is still open for one more week. This week coming up, it is a great class. I'm taking the class and it is really, really great. So I invite you, if you have not enrolled in it, to enroll in this class. It's really, really great. Lena St. Michael is a great teacher, and learning about Sanskrit mantras is really, really great. It's a wonderful thing to add to our spiritual practice. Or if you don't have a spiritual practice, it's a wonderful way to begin a spiritual practice. So that class is Wednesday evenings. I also invite you to fellowship with Jeannie Sovereigns, practitioner Jeannie Sovereigns, immediately after service today. She will be greeting and connecting with you on Facebook chat, and you can have lunch and coffee and chat and talk about the service or talk about whatever you want to talk about. But the important thing is that you can connect with each other. We have our Tuesday evening connection meeting. This week, we're doing Life's Purpose Visioning. I connect with people every Tuesday. I've been doing that now for, 14 months, 15 months on Tuesday evenings. And it's a wonderful time that we get together. And as I said, this week, we're doing Life's Purpose Visioning. I invite you to join us if you have not. And those of you who come regularly, I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday evening for Life's Purpose Visioning. Also, the Zoom prayer room is open. Practitioners are available to pray with you in the Zoom prayer room immediately after service. You can click on the link to get into the prayer room. Those of you who are in the Zoom room now, you will go to another link. Instead of staying where you are, you'll go to another link to meet with practitioners. You can also call practitioners who are on our on-call prayer list, practitioner list, and that their numbers are in the comment section, and they're also on our website. Or you can send an email to our practitioners with a prayer request at prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com. The point is, have a practitioner pray with you. Don't walk around with a heavy heart. Practitioners are available. They love to pray with people, and they are available for prayer. So take advantage of this service that the practitioners offer to each of us. Don't forget to use our community prayer. The treatment for supply, I always recommend twice a day, in the mornings and in the evenings, when we do our regular spiritual morning practice and evening practice. And we can also use the treatment for supply because it really, really works. And as I said, it is our community prayer. I invite you to use it. Connect with each other. That's so important. We aren't as far away from being together in person again as we have been. We're in the middle. We're in transition. And so meanwhile, connect with each other, reach out, call, send a text message, send an email, however it is you connect, just to say, I remember you, just to say, I love you, I'm thinking of you, or whatever. And I want you to know that I remember all of you. I miss all of you. I love you all. And I can't wait for us to get together again. Meanwhile, I'm so happy to see you on Sunday mornings. It is really wonderful to get together with you. And I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday evenings sometimes. Right now, we're going to close out with our closing song, I Release.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I